notes in your notebook about how to pronounce the following sounds. The H in Spanish, as you know, is silent, and when it becomes at the beginning of the word, you actually close your throat when you're pronouncing words that start with H, such as hablar, hizo, and había. The letter R is pronounced differently if it is in the beginning of the word, in the middle, or at the end of the word. It's pronounced a single R sound if it's in the middle or the end of the word. And in Spanish, that sounds like an English D. It's the D sound that you hear in ladder or little. It's kind of not a full duh sound, but just a little. For example, Spanish words that have R in them are pero. You don't say pero, you say pero. Or para. Or at the end, like comer or bailar. Also words like maduro, era, and sombrero. A double R in Spanish is the rolled R, the R sound. Whenever a word starts with the letter R, it's always the rolled R, R, such as rojo. Some words that have the double R in them are rojo, perro, romper, río, and gorra. The letter J in Spanish does sound like an H, but it's actually a little bit harsher than we say it in English. For example, jalapeno. You can hear it in your throat a little bit more than you do in English. Other words with the Spanish J in them are jugar, rojo, dijo, jalapeno. Sometimes you have two D's in it, one at the beginning and one in the middle, so you can hear how they sound differently. Donde, donde. The letters B and V in Spanish sound exactly the same. There's no difference in the way that you pronounce them. You put your lips together like you're about to make a B, but you actually vibrate your lips instead of closing them all the way when the sound comes out. So it sounds, instead of like a B sound or like a V sound, it's V, V. Bueno, bailar, hablar, nervioso, besaron, iba, veo. You can hear the B and the V sound exactly the same. Another sound that's different is the double L or the Y sound. Different dialects have different ways of pronouncing these sounds, but in each dialect, the double L and Y are pronounced the same. So for example, most places they say it like ya, like me llamo and yo. In some places, like parts of Mexico and Spain, it sounds a little bit more like an English J. Yo, me llamo. In Argentina, especially around Buenos Aires, they actually say sh instead of ya. So they would say sho or me llamo. GUA is pronounced closer to the English wa than gua. You actually do close your throat whenever you are making the g sound, just a little bit. So instead of sounding like gua or like wa, it actually sounds like wa, wa. Guatemala, agua.